Hey guys, what's up? And in this video, I want to talk about a software that I started using for the girls on OnlyFans that I manage. And I want to give you a quick rundown on what software I'm using and why I think that it's really, really good and why the software helped us to make a lot more money and to track everything better and also structure the way our agency works better. And before I started using the software that I'm using right now, which is CreatorHero, I also used Infloww and supercreator, which are in and of itself for sure helpful tools. But I just think that with CreatorHero, you get more, especially for the money you spend on, because on big accounts, which make like, I think the pricing here is, if you have an account that makes 30K or more every month, or even if it's like 15 to 30K, and with supercreator, it's the same thing. If you have a big account, then you also just get more for the money that you're spending because CreatorHero is cheaper overall. And I will just show you around and give you a quick rundown of all the features that CreatorHero has and why I think that it's so incredibly good. So if you start CreatorHero, their desktop app, then the first thing you see is just a dashboard with an overview over all the different creators you have. And you can also tick the creators here or remove their ticks, say all creators, so you can also check the stats individually for each creator. And what I particularly like about CreatorHero is that you have literally everything you need for your agency and for everything inside of one app. So you have an overview with all the stats, and we also will go into tracking in just a second, but you also have tasks right here you can give to your team if you want. So you can name whatever task and then also assign people to the task, which they can then work through in their own CreatorHero account. And you can create a schedule for your chatters, for example, right here. And you also can create lists down here. And this is just super useful because everything is streamlined and your whole process is a lot more structured than in anything else. And for your team, you can add as many people as you want to your CreatorHero master account. And you can invite people just by sending them an email, and then you can decide if they should be a member or an admin. And you also have the actions right here where you can let them see creator stats, see the chatter tracking. So for example, if you have someone who's just a chatter, then you can just say start OnlyFans profile, and then they can open the OnlyFans profile right here through CreatorHero. Or if they're, for example, a chatter supervisor, they can also see the chatter tracking and the creator stats. And they can also set up online mass messages or modify creator settings. So individually, depending on the roles that the people in your team have, you can then decide what permissions they should have or not have. And you can also at any point in time change their name right here so you have a better overview. And another really good feature of CreatorHero is how detailed and how good their tracking actually is. I mean, the OnlyFans tracking is no big thing. It's like just tracking revenue right here. This is something you get basically everywhere. Then you also have the TikTok tracking, which in my opinion is super important to have. Because with the TikTok tracking, for example, you can see everything for last month, for yesterday, this week, last week. You don't have to individually switch between the OnlyFans stats and the social media stats, but you can actually go into CreatorHero and check all the TikTok stats immediately. And if you run OnlyFans, you probably also do TikTok. And if you don't do TikTok, then you definitely should do TikTok. And you have super detailed stats on everything. You can add multiple accounts right here to the CreatorHero, so you can add their TikTok username, their Instagram username. It's super useful for you to have a more detailed comparison of how good your videos also actually perform. So it not only helps with OnlyFans in and of itself, it also helps with the marketing on TikTok. Then the next thing is the different kinds of tracking that they do. First of all, they do chatter tracking, which is super detailed. And this is what I really like about the tool. Is it tracks their active time, inactive time, the revenue of each and every chatter, their average response time, how many messages they send, pay-per-views and how many of them are bought. And you also have like super detailed stats right here where you can see what happened on every single day. And if we go into the days, let's say we just track November 17th, for example, You also have super detailed stats for every hour. So this chatter was on from 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. and you can see exactly what he did each and every hour. So you can exactly see where things may go wrong, where staff members are making mistakes, or where improvement needs to be done. And this is just a super cool tool. You don't get this detailed anywhere else. Pay-per-view tracking is kind of cool, but I don't think that it's super important, because the way pay-per-views sell doesn't really say anything, since people buy the pay-per-view before they actually see it. So I think that this is not as important. You can use it if you want, but I don't use it. And you also have super detailed stats about tracking links, which is also super nice. This helps if you, for example, have third parties promoting your girls or promoting your OnlyFans. Then this is super useful for you. And same with free trial links. It's exactly the same. And now we come to creator settings and the CreatorHero automations, in which I want to talk about two, because these are those that are actually game changers and are actually super good features that make us a shit ton of money every single day and every month. So first thing are automated welcome messages, which are just welcome messages that you send once. And the second thing is pay-per-view follow-up messages. So if you send a pay-per-view to a fan and he completely ignores it, he doesn't say anything, then after 10 minutes, which you can set here, this message triggers and there's a message sent out as a pay-per-view follow-up to the fans. And here you can decide if it should also include fans who have not seen the pay-per-view yet. And welcome messages are also super useful, because after like 5 or 10 minutes after subscribing, you can decide it right here. You can also send back-to-back messages. So it doesn't look like an automated welcome message. It looks like the girl actually wrote the message yourself, or you actually wrote the message manually to that fan. And the second thing is the online mass messages, which are also super important. And with the online mass messages, you can create messages who are sent through a certain time period that you can decide. You can also exclude and include fans from specific lists. And also, let's say, for example, you chatted with a fan in the last 18 hours and they don't get the online mass messages. But it's not like a usual OnlyFans mass message where every fan gets the message at once, but every fan gets the message once they are online. So as soon as they're shown as online on OnlyFans, the online mass message triggers and they get the message individually. And what is amazing about both of these features is that usually when you send any automated messages, also the OnlyFans welcome message, to a fan on OnlyFans, it's not shown in their priority folder. So it's shown in the general folder, because everyone's sending mass messages, everyone is sending automated messages. And these are not shown in the priority tab for the fan. That is super important, and many don't know about this. But if you send them through CreatorHero, they're shown in the priority tab. And if messages are shown in the priority tab, they are way more likely to get opened. We get like 3 times the response rate versus normal mass messages. So this is, in my opinion, the biggest feature, which also makes us the most money. And on top of that, these are like nice to have. It's also a super detailed course about OnlyFans and how to make more money with it. And also super important is they have a 24/7 personal assistant on WhatsApp and Telegram, and the support always replies super quick and always helps super quick, and they're just very competent overall. So if you also want the software, I also put a discount link into the video description. So if you click the first link in the video description, then you get 10% of your CreatorHero subscription lifetime. I hope you liked this video. Also leave a subscribe on the channel, and best of luck with your OnlyFans business.